You don't see this too often in crochet. A zipper. I added a zipper to my Crochet Puffy vest because puffy vests usually have a zipper, right? Easy, 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 I promise. You just sew it with a regular needle and thread. Done. Hello crocheters, welcome to Crazy Cool Crochet. This is Sylvia. In this project we are making this crochet puffy vest. It's a fairly simple pattern, and because we're using a number 6 super bulky yarn, it works up really fast. The only part that's going to probably slow you down is attaching the zipper. So in addition to the number 6 yarn, we're going to need a measuring tape, some regular thread, sewing thread for the zipper, scissors, and an 11.5 millimeter hook. Now as for the zipper, this is showing an invisible zipper. That was the wrong one. I actually bought the wrong zipper, and I'm still waiting for the replacement to come in. So what you really want is a separating zipper, so that you have a zipper on each front panel, or the piece of the zipper, so that it opens up completely and then it zippers up to close. So when you get your zipper, make sure that it is the same length as the length of your front panels. Okay, so you've got the collar that will add length, so you need to incorporate the entire length, including the collar. Now, if you cannot find a separating zipper, then you can conceivably use an invisible zipper. However, the vest will not open and close. You'll have to pull it over your head because the bottom will be completely closed up. As for how much yarn is used, make sure that you go down in the description area below the video. You have to open it up, and that's where I give more detail. And don't forget, my patterns are always available at my Etsy shop, crazycoolcrochet.us.etsy.com. The tutorial is going to be for a size small. I will add the text for additional sizes. So for the size small, we're going to start with a chain of 39. You're going to single crochet in the second chain from the hook, not counting the loop that's on the hook. Okay, so skip the very first chain and then single crochet in each chain, and you'll have 38 single crochets. Then you're going to chain 1 and turn. Now we'll be working in back loop only single crochets. So turn that toward you. You see the chains that have formed at the top of your stitches. So you're going into the back strand or into the center of that chain. So let me start the first one. Okay, so turn it towards you so you can see that chain at the top. Go into the center of it. You're working into that back loop only, single crochet. So just work that all the way across for 38 back loop only single crochets. At the end of your row, chain 1, turn, and repeat, working into your stitches here. So for the back panel, you'll just work straight across, and you'll work for 43 rows. Keep in mind, while we are working this way, we will wear the vest this way. So when you work your foundation chain, that is going to be the length this way. So do keep that in mind if you are going to adjust the length, longer or shorter, adjust the foundation chain. Here is one of the front panels. This is, right side is facing up. This is your foundation chain down here. This is the tail from the foundation chain. So that's how you know this is the right side. Wherever your tail is, and there's your foundation chain. So you're going to work the front panels for 13 rows for the same 38 stitches across. You will do your chain 1 and turn after that 13th row. Then for row 14, you're going to work the same, but you're going to stop at the 34th stitch. So you're going to leave 4 stitches unworked, work for 34, chain 1, turn, and continue. So you will work for a total of 21 rows. Then for the other side, we're going to need to reverse where we do our decreasing. So you'll work the 13 rows, and for row 14, this time we're going to slip stitch over 4 stitches and then continue with your pattern. That's how we're going to do the decrease on the opposite side. Chain 1, turn, and continue in the pattern, again for the total of 21 rows. After you have your 3 panels worked up, we're going to seam the shoulders. So you want wrong sides up. Right sides are touching each other. So attach your yarn at the edge of the shoulder. So bring your yarn through both panels, of course. Do a chain 1 to secure the yarn. Now we're going to do slip stitches. Now this is going to be a bit awkward. So you might want to try a smaller hook. That will help a lot. But you want to go through at least 2 strands wherever possible on each panel. Now you're going to have to sometimes really manipulate that yarn with your fingers, pull through, and that's a slip stitch. So all you're doing is going through both layers, grabbing the yarn, pulling it straight through. So do your slip stitches until you get to the edge of the shoulder. You're not working this piece. Leave this unworked. Okay, so do that on both sides, and then you will seam the sides. So you're going to use the same slip stitches. Start from the bottom, work your way up, leave a good size opening for the armhole. You want a nice wide opening. So you decide, get your measuring tape, decide how wide you want this. Seam from the bottom. Use a stitch marker to determine where you want to end your seam. I usually just use a scrap piece of yarn. And of course do the same on the other side. Just as a reference point, I'm going to leave about a 10-inch wide or long opening for myself. Again, you use whatever size you want. It should be fairly wide. The next thing we're going to do is add a border to the armhole opening. This one has already been done. So all you need to do is attach the yarn at the bottom seam here, and then work 2 rows of single crochet. So in approximately every space, work a single crochet. When you get back to where you started, slip stitch into the first single crochet, and then 1 more row of single crochet, working into each single crochet that you already worked. You don't need to turn, just keep going. After that, you're going to want to put a similar border along the bottom. So if you decide you need more length, you can do as many rows as you want of the single crochet. Keep in mind, you still have to attach that zipper. So whatever length you continue to add, make sure that the zipper is taken into consideration, the length and the collar that we still have to add. For the border on the bottom, again, you're working on the right side. So you'll turn this upside down. We're not going to put a border along the front, only along the bottom. So attach your yarn, single crochet all the way around. And if you want to do another row or two, that's up to you. The collar is going to be worked the same as the ribbing. Just attach with right side facing you. Attach the yarn right here, and then work a single crochet, regular single crochets all the way around. For this one, you do chain one and turn. Again, repeat the single crochets all the way around, chain one, turn, and keep going. I worked for 7 rows for about a 3.5 inch tall collar. You can keep going if you have a longer neck or you just want a longer collar. Work as many rows as you prefer. Now, if you find that the back of the neck edge was too wide, you can, as you're working the single crochets around the back, you can either skip a space here and there, probably no more than 3 or 4, or if you know how, you can do single crochets 2 together to work about 3 decreases. And I ended up doing that to tighten up the neckline a little bit in the back. And I did it for the first 4 rows, I believe it was, 4 rows. And then I continued with just working evenly. To attach the zipper, start on the bottom, use a regular needle and sewing thread, and use a simple straight stitch. If you sew, you know what that means. If not, it's just going up and down in little stitches. And all I do is work my way from the bottom or from the back to the front, cross over, and that's all you're doing. In and out, in and out, all the way until you get to the top of the collar. Now, most zippers have a little extra fabric at the end, either at the top, at the bottom, or both. This one only had it at the top. So when I get here, all I'm going to do is fold it over and seam through both of the pieces here. So it'll go here, and I'll just go through up and down again. That's it. That's all there is to it. And of course, you're going to need the other side over there. Hopefully you remembered that you needed a separating zipper. So this will come in 2 pieces. So there's the other side. That, of course, will go on the other panel. So there we go. All done. My crochet puffy vest with a zipper. All done. I really hope you like it. It was so much fun. The actual vest, super easy, really fast. The zipper, not a big deal, right? Would you agree? So let me know in the comments below if you think you're going to attempt this, or is the zipper going to throw you off? I hope not. Speaking of comments below, please, if you would, give me a thumbs up. That would be awesome. I know I say this every video, but of course not everybody watches every video. But any kind of interaction is really helpful to my channel. And I have begged and begged and begged for people to watch the videos all the way through. It's not happening. But I'll ask again, if you would please, if you want to support the channel, watch the video all the way through. That means a lot. Because currently people are only watching from 1.5 to 2 minutes. And that's not good. That's so not good. Thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next one.